Today, I'm with Rahul, one of my clients who have lost a significant amount of fat and gained a significant amount of muscle. But more importantly, he's crushing milestone after milestone, cycling and once cycling 137 kilometers from Toronto all the way to Niagara. What was your life like before joining the program?
So I was already on a weight loss program, but I felt like I kind of lost the structure behind the whole thing. I was doing everything possible to get like results tomorrow. Like I did something and I was like, why isn't the result not coming? And I feel I lost that entire structure on how things were being done. And my workouts were all over the place. And I was doing more cardio. I was doing like all kinds of things to like, lose weight. Some things worked, some things did not. And I was like, I felt like there is no structure, there's no like science, and there's no like a guiding force to tell me what was going on, what I was doing. I felt that that was missing, and that's the reason why I was like lacking and like losing getting to my goals, to be honest.
And what made you decide to work with me?
Oh, the first time I met you, I was like, damn, this guy is a motivating factor and he knows his stuff. He really, really knows his stuff. And like I felt like not only were you listened very well, you understood what my goals were. You put me under the spotlight and you gave me full control over everything. You just acted like a guide and a motivating factor to understand what my goals were, and then like give like a roadmap or a guide to actually tell me what's going on. But you put the onus on me, and the accountability was with me to get things done. And that's one thing, to build up those lifestyles. I know this from the past, that unless you build that accountability within yourself, which you do very well, you cannot get that done. So that's one of the reasons why I realized that on speaking with you initially, I realized, yes, this is the perfect way. I realized there's a great fit here. So like, it's like, why not? So that's the reason why I was like, well, I wanted to work with you.
And what was almost stopping you from signing up?
I was initially skeptical about two things. One was the I was like not really so going into the COVID era, I was not very sure on like, if the trainer or like this motivating factor is not around me, what's going to happen otherwise? Like if it's only on video or things like that, like would I feel like, oh, is there like this distance between me and the person, my coach, my trainer, or everything? Like what is going to happen at that point of time? Yeah, that was one of those things which I was really thinking about, but I decided to go ahead because I realized the way you explained how the program was structured, I understood, like you answered all my questions, you were there, and like I felt more confident then of joining the program, because I was like, yes, like you are there to like really make sure that I can be accountable, and like you are there to also like make me stick to these plans as well. Like, and through that constant communication through the app, or like to all the various different tools that you had, I never felt like there was like, I never felt like I was being ignored or something like that. Like I felt like this was a real partnership rather than, just like, oh no, it's not like it's more like I'm the client and you're the trainer. It never felt like that. So that was more important. So yeah, those things were really, really important. And these check-ins, everything was perfect. So you were there, and like I never felt anything otherwise. So yeah, I would say that those things almost stopped me. And listening to you talk and going through the program, I feel like those fears are unfounded, to be honest. Yeah.
And what do you love about the workouts and the nutrition?
The workouts are very structured. So I will give you an example of what was happening before. I used to do a lot of these online programs, which were like, I didn't feel they were structured enough. They said, oh, do this on the first day, do something else on the second day, and do this on the third day. So there was no science behind it. I felt like they were doing like all various different exercises and various different structures, and and there was no like repetitiveness, and there was no like, again, there was no methodologies behind the whole thing. It just felt like, oh, it just felt like an AI talking to me and like trying to throw all these things at me, and hopefully something sticks. So nothing, not even the nutrition program, not even the workouts, nothing really felt nothing really felt good, like that was the most important thing. With with what I really liked about this program in general is that, one, I felt like there was a structure and there was a science behind the whole thing. There was a foundation. You build the foundation on strength, and then you slowly go like towards building up the muscle and go through all these phases of cardio. It was goal oriented. So like it felt personalized. It felt like you were there to help me, guide me through the program. And that's why the workouts felt a whole lot better. I hated workouts before. I was just like, what am I doing? Just lifting weights and stuff like that. But now I feel like all of this is towards a goal. And I began to realize, oh, there are so many different ways I can experience, like, working out and going to the gym. And that's what I really, really liked. Like, you put a scientific approach to the whole thing. At the same time, you made it so interesting that like you build up this sense of curiosity to understand what your client can do with his own strength, with his own body. And that's what I really liked with the nutrition, the guiding force on basically making things simple and focusing more on principles rather than just rather than extreme diets or something like that.
So with all that in the program, what results have you got so far?
So far, I have felt more flexible. My mental health has improved a lot, which is like the biggest side effect of the whole thing. And I'm not complaining about that. The other thing, what I've realized is that I feel like I pick up sports very quickly now. Like I feel more agile. I can go like, okay, to be honest, well, I just started biking this summer, and within a couple of months, I was able to do 130 kilometers in one day in like 8 hours. People were like shocked, and they're like, how did you do that? So that is all the result of like all of those programs. And that's what I felt was the most important thing. And like it builds on these foundations, and the results that I got was essentially I could do all of these incredible things without really feeling like I could do all of these things without really looking at the scale, because the scale would tell me, oh, this is what it is. But actually, I felt, oh, wait, I have lost inches. I've lost inches. I've built up more muscle rather than just looking at a scale and saying this is the case. So I feel like the results that I got was more like I built more muscle, I've become more agile, I've had a lot more stamina and a lot more confidence out of that. So I'm just saying that the scale is not the end goal. It's more like everything else that comes after that. You just get the confidence. You don't care about the scale at the end of the day. So yeah.
What was the biggest value that you got from the program, but you weren't expecting to get?
Exactly what I said before. Like the scale is not an indicator of health at all. Like I was focused on like, oh, the metrics is like 205 pounds. I have to be 200. And like, if I lose weight, all of these things will go. But you just proved to me that that does not matter. Like I could have lost 15 pounds and never been able to do all of these things. It's just a focus on form, on so many things which determine health, which I got out of this program. That's a value I really did not expect, because earlier I was focused on I have to lose weight. Weight is the most important thing. BMI is the most important. Those things don't matter. There are like other things which matter, which is like how much muscle you have, what is your fat percentage, and all of these smaller aspects, which actually are more indicators of your health rather than rather than weight. It may work for certain people, but for me, it was like that's just an afterthought right now. It's mostly focusing on these goals.
So was the investment worth it for you?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Are you starting your own company? Because I'd like to invest in that as well. But yeah, it was totally worth it. I felt like I like my initial skepticism vanished in like 1 or 2 weeks. I just knew like, okay, this is exactly what I want to do. And I feel like I'll definitely I never second guess this particular investment. So yeah, and I would definitely continue with it.
Who would you recommend this program to?
I would recommend this program to people who are focusing on build like losing weight overall and trying to build up more confidence in their own bodies and trying to build up and have specific goals. So with what they want to become, do they want to become better at a sport? Do they want to actually go back to what they were? What are they trying to do? So I would recommend this program to people who have goals, who have to think about these goals and actually give these things to them, because without goals you cannot you cannot just say, oh, I want to lose weight, but it's such a random thing. So I would definitely recommend this program to people who have certain goals of losing weight and why they want to lose weight, and that's it, and be totally honest about themselves. So I've jumped the gun a little bit and probably recommended you for other people, but yes, those are people who I would focus on, like who are not doing this just like, who are doing this for the long term, who are really serious about losing weight, rather than, oh, I'm just like, I just want to lose weight because I want to look good for tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Those things don't work. And I feel like those are the people I would recommend. Those are the people I would not recommend this program to.